Real Housewives star says she is in a respectful place with her first ex-husband. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Cynthia Bailey gave an update on where she stands with her first ex-husband, Peter Thomas. During the April 15 episode of her podcast, Humble Brag, co-hosted by Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Crystal Kung Minkoff, Bailey said she and Thomas, whom she divorced in 2017, are in a respectful place. She also said she is really good friends with his daughter, Portia Thomas. According to Bailey, her ex-husband's daughter asked her if they could remain friends. One of the things his daughter Portia said to me was like, "I want you to be happy. I want my dad to be happy. So if you guys aren't going to be together, that's fine. But I don't want to lose you in the divorce. Can we stay connected?" And I was like, "Absolutely," said Bailey during the podcast episode. She also said her daughter, Noelle Robinson, is not particularly close with Portia Thomas, as they have a significant age difference. BravoTV.com reported that Bailey shared her thoughts about her first ex-husband in an August 2024 Instagram post. She wrote that she and Thomas went through so much together on and off camera as a married couple navigating a new marriage, me moving from NYC to Atlanta with my then 8-year-old daughter to start a new life, joining the reality show The Real Housewives of Atlanta, opening up businesses together, financial woes, real-life struggles, business and personal, and lastly ultimately going through a divorce after being married for 8 years. She then shared she recorded an episode of Thomas' podcast, How Can I Be Down? When he called me to ask me to do his podcast, everything inside of me knew that I had to do it. I needed to do it, and I knew he needed me to do it. It was time to come together in peace, love, light, respect, and have real grown folk conversation in the spirit of closure, moving on, peace, and most importantly, healing. I am so glad I sat you down with PTR for his podcast, continued Bailey. Bailey married her second husband, Mike Hill, in 2020 and divorced him 2 years later. In a November 2022 episode of Two Teas in a Pod, hosted by Teddy Mellencamp and Tamara Judge, Bailey shared why she and Hill ended up divorcing. "I felt like we weren't friends anymore. I felt like it was just going toward we're just not going to be friends if we didn't pump the brakes," said Bailey on the podcast episode. Bailey is currently in a relationship with musician La Prince. It was a quiet Sunday morning in Beverly Hills when Marissa Lane, a beloved cast member of The Real Housewives of Bel-Air, sat down for a candid interview, her signature latte in hand, and that ever-iconic calm before the storm glint in her eye. She was serene, noticeably so. And when asked about the man with whom she once shared a wedding aisle, 2 children, and a decade's worth of highs and heartbreaks, she didn't flinch. In fact, she smiled. "We're in a really respectful place now," she said, tucking a strand of honey blonde hair behind her ear. And honestly, that feels like a miracle. For longtime fans of the hit Bravo franchise, this update is nothing short of a plot twist. Marissa and her first husband, Jordan Carter, were once reality TV royalty and tabloid gold. They'd married young, built a life under the LA sun, and found themselves swept into the glamorous chaos of the housewives world shortly after their move to Bel-Air. Cameras captured it all: the gala arguments, the passive-aggressive brunches, the infamous champagne-in-the-face episode. But just as the viewers fell in love with their story, the scenes began to show. The pressure of public life, business ventures gone sour, and trust eroded by rumor led to a very public unraveling. The divorce, finalized in 2017, was ugly, complete with leaked texts, televised therapy sessions, and tearful confessions on reunion specials. And yet here she was in 2025, speaking about Jordan not with bitterness, but with something startling: grace. It took time, and it wasn't easy. Marissa explained that post-divorce, both she and Jordan had to do the hard thing most reality stars avoid: stepping away from the cameras to actually heal. "At some point, we realized we were still yelling at each other like we were filming a scene. And the thing is, we weren't. It was just us in real life, being petty. I had to ask myself, am I trying to win an argument or co-parent in peace? Therapy helped, so did time. But according to Marissa, the real shift came when their daughter, Summer, turned 13. She looked at both of us one day, in the middle of one of those tense handoffs. You know, the kind where you're saying hi, but it's really just a battle of egos. And she said, "I just want you both to be kind." It hit us like a truck. From that moment on, a ceasefire turned into cautious civility. Civility eventually gave way to occasional coffee catch-ups, strictly kid-related, and eventually, a true friendship began to bloom. "He's not my person anymore," Marissa said with quiet certainty. "But he's still my family." Jordan, now remarried and living in Pasadena, has echoed similar sentiments in recent months. In an interview on a parenting podcast last fall, he referred to Marissa as a co-parent I'm proud to navigate life with, which sent Housewives fans into an emotional tailspin. The online buzz was instant. Social media lit up with hashtags like #TeamGrowth, #ExistWithRespect, and the fan-favorite #MarissaMaturityEra. Even fellow housewives chimed in with support. Claire DeLuca, known for her infamous crab cake meltdown in Season 9, tweeted, "Proud of my girl Marissa. Love and war both take courage, but healing takes more." Marissa isn't shy about the lessons she's learned. "I used to think winning the breakup meant moving on first or looking happier. But now I realize winning is when you can look someone in the eye and feel peace." That peace has also translated into how she navigates her current relationship with her fiancé, Devin Park, an art dealer 10 years her junior, with a quiet confidence and perfectly disheveled curls. "Devin knows my history. He respects it. He's not intimidated by it, which I love. He even plays golf with Jordan sometimes. I know, wild," she laughed. But beyond the Bravo headlines, the glitz, the brunch feuds, and the glam confessional shots, Marissa's story has quietly evolved into something more profound, a journey of emotional evolution. "When people ask me what's changed, I say me. I've changed. I stopped trying to be right all the time. I started listening more. I realized you can't rewrite the past, but you can write the sequel with more wisdom. And this sequel includes co-parenting weekends that are, mostly, seamless, birthday parties with shared laughter instead of tension, and even the occasional group vacation, strictly for the kids," she adds, though fans are hoping for a beachside spin-off episode someday. As for the show, Marissa remains one of its core stars, though she's pivoted her storyline this season to focus less on drama and more on empowerment. Her storyline arc this year centers around launching a wellness retreat for women who've survived divorce in the public eye. "It's not about erasing the past," she said. "It's about owning it, learning from it, and helping others navigate it with dignity." Marissa's journey is a refreshing reminder that even in the world of designer handbags, champagne flutes, and high-octane drama, growth is possible. Real, messy, non-linear growth, the kind that doesn't fit in a neat 44-minute episode but unfolds quietly over years. And maybe, just maybe, that's the real story worth watching. Because while diamonds may be forever, bitterness doesn't have to be.